Yeah, we get a lot of runners out here now in the Jacks area. I've noticed that has upticked. So as the population of the area has grown, you know, we're getting more hikers, which I don't think this is like that great of a hiking trail. Personally, there's so many epic hiking trails in Colorado, but this is close to town. So if you get tourists in town, you know, what are they going to do? They're going to be told to come out here, check out this area. If they really don't know the area, they're going to see a trailhead, they're going to stop. Oh, this is what the hotel told us or whatever. And they're going to stop and they're going to hit the first trail probably. But really, if you're hiking and want something close to town, just go up to Monument and go do like Mount Herman. Hike up top of Mount Herman. There's trails and it's hiking only. And you know, it's just as epic as over here. Oh, two more. I mean, there are epic hiking trails here, like Whoa, two more. Okay. Two more. Wow, Crash Hard Enduro, you're missing a epic day. These various videos with the crazy hikers, mountain bikers, and even dirt bikers. A lot of close calls. Okay, that was the two probably from the parking lot with the vehicles. So we're probably good on the dirt bikers. And I'm guessing they just lightly rode up. They probably did not do Mount Rosa. It's a nice day though. It's a little bit warmer than I usually like. We did start a little bit later. We went and had breakfast at Rudy's. You cannot beat Rudy's for a nearby Captain Jack's breakfast. I don't think it's the best stuff, but it's not bad. And it's nearby. So go there, you know, they open at 7. Crash Hard Enduro was supposed to come out with us, but he had a bail. He hurt his back on our last ride, tweaked it, so he's just making sure it gets better. You know, illegal stuff is that it's really not a big deal. These mountains are going to be here a lot longer than we ever will be as a species even. So some trail like this, if man were to die off tomorrow, this trail in 100 years, most of it would not even be recognizable. All this, especially this area, it's so loose, all that hillside would slowly fill in, it'd be back to a slope. And maybe in only 100 years, you would have maybe sections that you could be like, oh yeah, there must have been a trail here, right? But for the majority of it, it would be filled back in a couple hundred years, 500 years, it's probably completely gone. All the vegetation to be growing, probably even have trees at that point, full-grown trees in the trail. Because remember, these trees, you look at old pictures of this area back in the 1800s, these areas were deforested for their wood. I mean, that was why, partly why you had the Forest Service and BLM organizations created. You know, they came in, they planted trees and reforested areas that were completely devoid of trees because of all the building that took place. Think how much wood railroads use for railroad ties, how much wood for tunnels and for building houses and all that. I mean, that's what we had an abundance of, but areas got cleared of trees because you take the closest ones, go first, and then you keep working your way out. So it's why all these trees around here are not that old. They're not all that old. So look at some old areas like from mines, where mining towns developed. Like you look at Cerro Gordo out in California, you know. I shouldn't really speak like I know for a fact of that area, but towns like that, you look at old photos and there was trees in a lot of those areas. And so the first trees to go for building the mines and building the stores and all the houses was the trees that were easiest to take. And then later on, you know, they had to go further out. In fact, to the point of importing the wood because all the trees in that area were gone. So yeah, all these hills in the old photos are bald. So think about that. So as a society that has progressed, has, you know, gone through the industrial age and has gained more wisdom and what have you, we've come a long ways from not having sustainable natural resources like wood. You know, now we have companies that come in and they clear the forest, take the wood, mulch up stuff, and keep trees. They just thin the forest, but there's money in that, you know. They take the trees that are going to work for them, and they leave, you know, a certain amount of other trees. It's a little more complicated doing it that way because, you know, you're not just going in, chopping everything, selling what everything has a value, even the shittiest tree, even if it's just firewood, you know. But that's not what they're doing. They go in and they just remove certain trees. Which is pretty cool, you know. So it's not like the old days of cutting everything down and losing a forest. It becomes thinned, but it also becomes less of a fire danger too by thinning it. And once they're done cutting, you know, pretty rapidly things grow back up. You know, bushes, plants, animals move back in. You know, it happens pretty quickly in the grand scheme of human existence. Well, so anyways, that's enough about forest. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a good one, stay well, take care my friends, and get out there and ride if you have those two wheels. Bye.